Hello everyone, Dr. Kevin Zadai with Warrior Notes and Warrior Notes School Ministry, and also Warrior Notes Aviation, and this is the introduction to the adventures of Captain Kevin. When I was younger, I always loved to watch airplanes fly, and I would go to the airport if I could and watch airplanes. We'd go to air shows, things like that. My model building days, I built all kinds of different jet models. And so one of my favorite jets is one that I actually got to fly, which is this one here, the F-104.
Try and hold that up to your mouth, exactly where you want it.
Thanks, guys.
So on your left-hand side, there's your belt strap.
Okay.
The buckle. Nope. Right.
I had to get my pilot's licenses and things like that, and I did that when I got into Southwest Airlines. So I was with Southwest Airlines for 29 years, and I flew on a Boeing 737, and I have a model of that right here. I'm going to show you. So I was actually on this airplane for 29 years with the airline. So at the beginning of my career as a flight attendant with Southwest, I started to take lessons, and I start out in a Cessna, which looks just like this. This is a Cessna 172, and I trained in this, got my private and my instrument rating and also my commercial pilot's license, and got about 315 hours total time in this, just a single engine prop airplane. So that was the extent though of my training. So after about a year of doing that, I did that all in 9 months. The Lord then again asked me to put it aside. Now what happened originally was when I got saved back in 1980, the Lord asked me to give up my career, and I wanted to fly fighter jets and go to the Air Force Academy. And the Lord asked me if I would serve Him and give that all up. So I did. I walked away from aviation completely in 1980. And he asked me to do that at an air show. I was at an air show watching the Blue Angels, which is the Navy's demonstration team. But I did get saved during that time, and went away to Bible college. And after 4 years of Bible college, I went to Rhema, which is 2 years of more school for minister training. And then I went to Southwest Airlines for the 29 years. So I gave up this several times. So when I put the rating that I got in this airplane aside, it sat for another 25 years on the shelf. So I essentially just had my commercial pilot's license, single engine. So I put that aside, and then the Lord asked me, just recently, 2 years ago, He asked me to get current again. So He asked me to go to training and get ready for a jet.
It's good to be here.
Yes, sir.
It's great to have you here. This has been on our heart, mostly you, but I've tagged on about 4 years ago.
Oh, praise
When the
God.
Lord talked to me about all this. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about what the Lord's doing. This is going to be awesome. And people that can't look around and see what the Lord's doing don't have any spiritual eyes.
I agree. Thank you.
All right, this is our conference room in here. This whole thing on the other side of those doors that you can look behind and see over there is secure area. Okay, so we can't go through there without someone guiding us through there, okay?
So I immediately, when the Lord asked me to go get my training, I immediately went and flew this airplane, which is more of a high performance airplane.
Get this up there? Yeah. Pull it out and look at it. Pull it, stick all the way out. See, it's between, it's 378, which is good enough.
Okay.
So if it's below 7, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's a way in the back. And since we're going to fly it all day, we're going to have it.
Okay.
Pre-flight's good. Here's your keys.
Thank you, sir.
So the way I do it when I get a new airplane, what I do is I say, okay, let's look inside and fly level. We can all do that, okay? We can all do that. That's not the point, okay? The point is, how long can I look out the window and maintain level? How can I go into a bank and maintain level? Can I go into a steep turn and maintain level? And again, just have fun with this, Kevin. This isn't a test. This is not a test on your ability to do an approach today. I know you can do an approach. Okay, I've seen them. So this is a get familiar with the Cirrus day. So it's a day to have fun.
And I did this for 20 hours, and it was for a week of intense training. And then after that, I went and I got my multi-engine rating, which was right here. And this is what this is a Technum, and this is called a Cirrus 22, and this is a Technum got my multi-engine rating. This has 2 engines and you have to be qualified. So I did that. It took about 2 weeks to get this with the FAA. And then after I did that, I purchased the Phenom that we have right here.
Thank you. I was. Oh, it's a dream. You were for 45,000 feet. Oh yeah. Yeah, we were making fuel. Yeah, making some. That was like a dream.
You start out real slow with the slower airplanes that are very simple, and then you go on. This particular one right here, Eclipse, the 500, that was my first jet ride, so I got to fly this one. For about an hour, and that was the start of my jet training. So then I went to the Phenom 300, and I got now almost 1,200 hours of captain time in this particular aircraft. Okay, so that is what the Lord did. He allowed all my dreams to be revived, and that's what He'll do. He'll ask you to sacrifice. He'll ask you to go a certain direction for Him, and He just wants to see what's in your heart a lot of times. In the process of all this training, I also was able to fly this airplane. This is the T6 Texan. And this airplane is very, very hard to fly. It's actually a World War II airplane, but I got to fly this and get some training and did aerobatics in that, where you do loops and rolls and things like that. That airplane took me to what we call the P-51, which is a very high performance airplane. And I got to fly this as well for an hour in formation with another airplane, and got training in that. So this is a P-51, and this is an awesome airplane. It's one of my favorite airplanes to fly. After that, after I got the Phenom captain rating, then I went on to other jets like the Gulfstream 4 here. I've flown this overseas several times. And got my rating in this aircraft as well. This is a very large airplane. It weighs, about 60 to 80,000 pounds, this airplane here. And it holds about 15 people. So we take our whole staff over to Europe and Africa and some of the islands like Hawaii. And so I got my training in that. I also started to fly military jets as well. So I got a rating in this airplane right here, which is an S-211. We did upset training, which is going upside down and learning how to recover from spins. And went through that training, got my certification in this jet.
Shoulder straps are coming over for the harness.
Yes, I'm good. Good, ready to go.
Power's good.
Gateway Tower 2.
Everything's in the green.
Ready to go in the whole bay.
731, Gateway Tower,
taxi at Golf, hold true anyone true. Taxi Golf to hold 2, hold short 1, 2 right, 731.
80 knots. Rotate.
731, Johnson Ranch
On
departure.
right, gears coming up.
Right, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff on 2 right, 731. That's 2447 Delta, change 2 running 1.
You have control. Upset. Push. Roll. 3 G's. 3.5. Stable. Keep it coming down. Keep it coming down. Keep it coming down. Don't flare yet. Hold that attitude. Power to idle. Hold that attitude. Just hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. There you go. I have control. Oh, you got it.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. And then now we fly this military jet, the S-211, and I fly this every month for the kids program. What's this say? Rescue. Okay, so what happens is sometimes when the pilots have an accident and they're unconscious on the ground, fire crews are going to come, but they can't get into this canopy and get the pilots out. So right here, if you press this, I won't do it, but if you press it, there's a wire in here that's about 20 feet long. And the firemen can press this. If the pilots aren't conscious and they're sitting somewhere, they can pop this open and pull the line out and yank it, and it'll blow the canopy off. Have you clean off the bugs that I killed during the flight. So that we're going to get the plane ready.
right.
Number 616.
All right, 95, flying it off.
Number 616.
Positive rate of climb, you're up.
Cloud 1 good off and make a right 360.
There's 120, cleaning it up. All right.
Right 360, 513 Alpha.
And there's 150. Make a right turn here in a minute.
Number 61655 on departure, proceed on course. Runway 2, clear for takeoff.
All right, right turn.
Traffic,
Looks good.
Clear takeoff runway 2, heading 61655.
So I have my type ratings on a lot of these airplanes with the FAA. Also, I'm working right now on this model right here is representative of the L39, which is a Czechoslovakian jet, and I'm working on my captain's rating in this right now to do in the air shows as well. And then the prize, the one that excites me the most, was my favorite airplane was the F-104, which I got to go to NASA down in Florida and fly this. I went through 2 days of training in this, and then flew this to the speed of sound and beyond. And we also did training for, this airplane's used by NASA to train for the space shuttle missions. And so we went up very high, and then we were able to do a descent to practice how to land the space shuttles.
Clear low approach.
Starfighter. Get it right by the pad, so we're gonna be right on the top of them. Oh, good. Flaps coming up. Light the burner right when we get to them. Flaps are up. All right, flaps up. Yeah. Yeah. Get some. Oh, man. Beautiful.
Okay, speed brakes are in. I need 2,000 feet. Takeoff flaps going out. You can feel it wanting to stall because I have gray flaps or anything out.
Oh, geez.
It just bites at you. Okay, we'll sit up here right on the edge of this little shoreline thing. It works out perfectly. I did 2,000 feet and slowing to 260 knots max. We go to 250. We'll get a little aerodynamic braking.
All right.
Brake check, it is good, so we can roll. Here's 100 knots.
All right.
6,000 feet to go. I'm just tapping the brakes real easy.
Okay. Oh, so thankful. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you got a chance to do it. I'm really, like I said, I'm serious. I'm surprised at what you're doing. You could fly this airplane in time, seriously.
Oh, man.
We got up to 4.5 Gs. That was on our initial pull, so
yeah,
that's not bad. I mean, it's not a hurtful G.
No, it was fine.
So this one is the F-104. This is my favorite airplane. That was an amazing trip. So you can see that all of these airplanes that I have flown, and a couple more that are not here, it's because, you know, the Lord brought me back to the place where I had given everything up. I had laid everything down, and He brought me back to that place at that altar, and He allowed it to be revived again. And so you can see that all these airplanes I have flown in just 2 years and gotten ratings in them. God remembers when you sacrifice, and so all of you remember that God has a pathway for you. He has a purpose and a plan for you in your life, and He has a timing that He wants for you. So anything you give up, He remembers that, and it doesn't go to waste. So I remember on the path that I was at with the Phenom here, the aircraft that we fly. We have a couple of these. We have actually 3 Phenoms. We have 2 of these type, and then one that is a smaller one. And I remember that when I got my rating as a first officer in that aircraft, you can see that this airplane is very complicated, very fast. It's like a fighter jet, but it holds 8 people. And when I got my first officer rating in it, I was in a place called Latrobe, which is where I gave up. If you remember, in 1980, I actually gave up the whole thing at that air show at Latrobe in Pennsylvania. So I was watching the Blue Angels fly. If you don't believe the timing and that it's all rigged in your favor, you will after this story, because essentially I got my rating in that airplane at that airport, the same airport where I laid it all down many years ago. So God didn't forget it all. And so, I was given my certificate there by the FAA, and then got my captain's rating a little bit later in the airplane as well. And so we have to remember that everything in our lives is written in a book, according to Psalm 139:16. So all of you out there, remember this, that God has a book written about you according to Psalm 139:16, and that each one of your days was written in that book before one of them came to pass. And so before we were born, God had plans for us. And I just wanted to share this with you, because all these airplanes that you see here, and these ones that are down here on each side, I've flown all these and trained in all these and got ratings in most of these airplanes in just around 2 years' time. And God is faithful. I want to encourage all you out there, that want to be pilots, that are asking God for guidance in His will. Be encouraged by what Captain Kevin's saying, because God remembered my prayers. He remembered everything that I committed unto Him, and He surely was faithful, and He wants to be faithful to you. God bless you, and hey, thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.
Bye.